This is gonna suck. So if the wife wants to get some, you know, because she totally does, she's gonna be on top. I'm gonna starfish it. Like I don't know if I'll even, you know, it's just starfish. Okay, well, speaking of wife and family and, you know, all that crap, I should probably go home. Today, I'm starting a incline bench as a way to hopefully build up my chest. I've been stuck at 375-pound flat bench for far too long. And I can't seem to break the plateau, so it's time to do something different. So I'm gonna do incline axle bars, and this is so when I bench, it's solid, there's no whip. Oop. And just to help that bottom in, because I feel like it's my area here that struggles, so just stay used. And I also like the axle bar. I'll probably hit my triceps more. So keeping it light today, because I did a pretty heavy bench. I think it was Friday last week. So a little bit light. And check the safety so I don't die. There we go. Cool thing about the axle bar is that it, even though this weighs less, it's technically 26 pounds, 25 pounds. I use 26 because it'll go to kg as 12. But there's no whip to this at all. So when you bring this down, your weights aren't going to flex and give you that pop up. You hit, you pause on this, you are starting from scratch. So really cool. And these things are really cheap. I think this was 90 bucks from Bells of Steel. Because yeah, you'll bring it down. And if you stop here, you are stopped. Yep, that's pretty difficult. So I'm at a 30-degree angle. It's flat. So kind of shallow feeling, but I'm still trying to get a good chest and don't involve my delts too much. I've been starting to log, so I'm kind of hitting my delts more and more. I actually did the log on, I think, Saturday. So today's Tuesday, it's not far away. Yeah. So after I do my 30-degree inclines, I don't know what I'm going to go to next. That's the fun of not competing, not having a schedule. You have to go here too. My right elbow's giving me a little issues, as it normally does. So I was thinking about doing pin presses, but pin presses will be pretty hard on, especially with the axle. So I want to do some kind of flat bench variation. So I just want to make it as painless as possible for when I switch. Maybe I'll switch over to barbell, but sometimes, because there's classes in here, I have to determine what I want to do and not get in people's way. So generally I have they're not normally using the whole power lifter rack setup thingamabob or doohickey. I just can't use it for incline because I'll run out of safety. But I can do flat, but if I'm here, then they might end up taking that bench, so we'll see. If you want any clue about how heavy Axel will make something feel, like a few weeks ago, I was at a gym, not this one. I used a 30-degree incline bench after doing Swiss bar standing presses and did 315 pounds 3 times. So I'm not sure I can do 315 pounds on this, but I probably could, but it just feels heavy. So let's see what happens. I mean, this is not even 2 plates. That feels heavy. So 2 plates. This is where I'm going to consider myself starting my, let's call it a working set. So adding the 10-pound to each side basically makes the axle bar equivalent of a regular bar. You know, it's easy to keep track. So this is 2 plates. So 2 plates, axle bar, 30-degree incline. And let's see how we feel. I'm not going past 8 at this point. Target goal is 4 to 8 reps. Okay, 256 pounds, starting to get some real weight. Starting to get tougher to push off of this thing. Maybe scoot back a little bit, that might be better. Okay. Still tucking because I want to stretch. Woo! CrossFit. All right, so busted the wraps out for this. Just a little bit more support. I can feel a pump in my forearm from using the wide axle bar. So I think if I get used to doing the axle bar incline press and when I go to the regular barbell, I think I'll be okay. But I gotta make sure I'm okay with this first. That's what matters. All right. Woo! Feeling spicy. So I'm almost at a 3-plate bench or 315 pounds. So here I got 296 pounds. And unless I end up really ripping through this like 6 to 8 reps, I don't plan on going above it. Last 6 was a struggle, but it's cool because this is, again, when I went to a gym like a month ago, I went to a 30-degree incline bench with a standard barbell, standard 45 plates. After doing a Swiss bar up to somewhere like 170 to 180 something pounds. So after the Swiss bar standing press, I then went to a bench because there's nothing else I really wanted to play with. And I did 315, I think 3 or 4 times. And it didn't feel too bad. So the axle bar will be harder. If you go to an axle bar bench, it's going to be harder. My forearms are pumped. So that's cool. So let's see if I can get this. Okay, let's go. This is going to be heavy. I think I got it. 296 pounds. 134 kg, I believe. Got my pinky on what would be the ring on a regular barbell. So I just got to first get it up, get my breath in, and then press. Aiming for 4. Woo, that's a lot. As Trump would say. 296 pounds, so that was a lot. Again, I think I mentioned earlier that about a month ago, I was traveling for work. I went to a gym, like a random gym. And at this gym, they had a Swiss bar. And I would use that for standing presses to simulate a log because I didn't have access to a log at the time. So I was, pressing up. I think I got like 170 something, 180 something pounds for a few reps. And so I went to an incline bench, 30, I checked this, 30 degrees according to the iPhone. And I'd never done a 3-plate bench before, and I did it, I think 3 or 4 reps. So in this here, it was hard. So I can feel a forearm pump just from, I think, being like this, so wide. Stuff like your mom's used to hanging on to. Not mine, but mine's more of the, it's like this wide, a monster. And I think if I get used to doing it this way, if I can move up into the 3s when I go to a regular bench, it'll move me up, like I'll be able to incline. And then when I go back to flat bench, in hopefully a month and a half or so, I'll have some more muscle built up here, and I can actually push through. And I'm hoping to get 405 pounds sometime this year, 405 pound bench. So I'm hoping for that. So I was kind of falling into the powerlifter trap where I thought my bench was just technique, which it kind of was. I was never a great bencher with technique, flat. I never arched. And I started getting up there, got 160 kg bench, and I got there for a little bit. Now I can kind of bench for reps, but I've gotten to 170 kg or 375 pounds, but I'm stuck there. And 375 moves, fairly not bad considering the weight. But when I go to like 380 pounds, it doesn't move. So technique's not the problem. Maybe if I had the perfect technique, I could have gotten it up, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just gotta build more muscle. So I'll need to build my boobies up, try and get them bigger. And then when I go back to flat bench, I'll be able to hopefully rip through 405 pounds. And probably once I get to 405 pounds, I'd like to get to where I can rep it a handful of times at any given time. But after that, I'll probably actually put focus back to incline again. And because I really like incline bench. It's like my favorite bench. So maybe I can work my way up to a 405 incline. Who knows? It'd be cool if I could. So yeah, Axel bar for bench, incline, freaking do it. It is awesome. This is gonna suck. So if the wife wants to get some, because she totally does, she's gonna be on top. I'm gonna starfish it. Like, I don't know if I'll even, it's just starfish. Okay, well, speaking of wife and family and, all that crap, I should probably go home. I'm not gonna do anything else today. I'm just gonna see what this makes my boobs feel like. And then next week when I do it again, I'm gonna hopefully get to the 315 for reps. And just keep moving up until I just can't anymore. When I plateau, I'll go back to flat bench, probably. But I'll add some things in. Maybe if I can't do dumbbells, dumbbells only go up to 100 pounds here, so I could 100. It would not be enough for me. I could do 120, 130 pound dumbbells, and that's when I had a weaker bench. So we'll have to see. So, anyways, don't ever get married. Stay strong, my kings. Have a good one.